Welcome to the Stoic Codex, where we use old world wisdom for new world battles. In today's episode, 4 Stoics in 4 minutes, we dive into the lives and teachings and timeless legacy of Stoicism's most influential philosophers. Number 1. Zeno of Citium. Born around 334 BC in Cyprus and the founder of Stoicism, his philosophical journey would begin after a shipwreck left him stranded in Athens. He began studying philosophy under some Greeks known as the Cynics. He was also intrigued by the teachings of others such as Plato and Socrates, and he established a school named Stoa Poikile, translated to Painted Porch, which was named after the famous location where the school was built, and then became the inspiration of the name of Stoicism itself. Some of his core philosophies were the ideas of living in harmony with nature, virtue being the highest form of good, and that true happiness is achieved from within, not from external goods or status. He was also the champion of the belief of focusing only on what you can control in your life. He passed away, taking his own life after a severe injury in 262 BC. However, the foundations he set would become the stepping stones for future Stoics and many other philosophers alike. My favorite Zeno quote: "Man conquers the world by conquering himself." Number 2. Seneca the Younger. Born in Cordoba, or what is now Cordoba, Spain, around 4 BCE, he grew up in a peaceful time in the Roman Empire known as the Pax Romana. He had a wealthy and prominent family, which helped him achieve an education and become a powerful, multifaceted man in Roman society. Among his titles were statesman, dramatist, and philosopher. He created a vast amount of philosophical works that were deeply embedded in the Stoic tradition and virtues, ranging from essays to letters to even tragedies. Some of these writings, like On the Shortness of Life, or Letters from a Stoic, and moral essays, they offer an insight into the pursuit of happiness, ethics, and human nature, all while articulating a Stoic worldview that emphasized virtue, wisdom, and the rational control of emotions. He too tragically passed away from taking his own life at the order of the Roman Emperor Nero in 65 AD. My favorite Seneca quote: "We suffer more often in imagination than reality." Number 3. Epictetus. Born around 50 AD in what is now modern-day Turkey, his early life was being a slave in Rome. Even though he was a slave, he was able to study Stoic philosophy and attended the lectures of Masonius Rufus, an impactful figure in his later teachings. Epictetus' philosophy was quite practical. It focused on self-discipline, ethics, and then controlling one's emotions. After becoming a free man, he created a school in Necropolis, Greece. His school taught a form of Stoicism that emphasized what is within our control and what is not, personal responsibility, and then living in harmony with nature. His pupils compiled his teachings into the works Discourses and the Enchiridion, which are pivotal texts in Stoic philosophy. Remaining a large figure in the Stoic community, his teachings shaped the philosophical landscape of his time up to his death around 135 AD, marking the end of an era. My favorite Epictetus quote: "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." Number 4. Marcus Aurelius. Born on April 26, 121 AD in Rome, he rose to become one of the most respected Roman emperors to live, and was known as the Philosopher King. His rule as king was a challenging one, filled with military invasions, plague, and internal conflict. Yet, through all of this, he embodied the true values of Stoicism. During his military campaigns, he wrote a personal journal. This journal was meant for his own reflections and growth, yet it became a famous source of Stoic wisdom and guidance known as meditations. His philosophy believed in harmony with nature, resilience, and the development of virtuous character through self-discipline. Passing away from what was believed to be the plague in March 180 AD, he left behind philosophical writings that endure and immortalize the Stoic practices that lead to living a purposeful and ethical life. My favorite Marcus Aurelius quote: Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Thank you all for taking the time to watch us today. If you liked what you saw here, follow us on all the socials, subscribe and like, and visit our home at don'tswearinthepain.com for the latest content and info. See you there.